Hi, we learned how to use services and which benefits services offer to us. Now that is a great thing because now we can enhance our shopping list project we had and use services to handle all that insertion, deletion and fetching of our shopping list items. Let's do this. Okay, so I'm back in my workspace here with the project we set up when we created our shopping list application. And by the way, the source code of this project is attached to this lecture. In case you should have deleted it or something like this, it is attached. So let's start by creating our service, right? I'll create a new file here and I would call it shopping list service. And I will again make it bigger, import injectable from Angular 2 core. And here then I will use this and will add my decorator, injectable, and export class, my shopping list service here. Okay, so that's my service. Now in here what I want to do is I will have a method get items. I will have a method insert item, and this will take an item of type list item. If you remember, that's the interface we created so that we didn't have to type all that notation each time we want to use this type. And we want to be able to delete the item. Well, this will also be of type list item. So I will have these three methods. And now I could store my data in this service, but I want to kind of simulate the circumstances if I had like a central data repository, be that a database or whatever. So for this case, I'll just create a mock file, which just, exports a variable holding the data, but will handle it like it would be, let's say, a connection to some database, anything which provides us with data. So I'll create a new file here to just hold my data really. I will call it mock shopping list .typescript, and all this will do is it will export a variable. Now let is just the TypeScript way of creating a variable. The opposite would be const, a constant, and let is something which can be changed. Constant let shopping list equal, and this should be a new array, and it should be an array full of list items. Also, make sure you have that list item import whenever you use this list item interface here. Good, so that's all I have in here. Back in my service, I will then return, my shopping list here. Again, make sure you import shopping list from this file. And here I will insert something into that list. So I will take my shopping list and then I will push my item into it. And if I want to delete something, then I take my shopping list and I will splice it. And I will do this by finding the index of the item and then just deleting that one item. And I'm done. So that are the three methods I have in my service here: getting, inserting, and deleting. And now I can change my shopping list component. While it certainly had its merit playing around with all these custom events like removing, we no longer have to tell our shopping list component that we removed an item. We can remove it through our service directly in, our shopping list item. So I will get rid of my custom event here. And the same is true for the addition of an item. You don't need to tell me that, you can do it yourself. So therefore I can get rid of my onRemove and my onItemAdded functions here. What I have to do is though, I have to add my providers array and provide my shopping list service. Shopping service here. And also again, make sure to import it from the shopping list.service file. Okay, so now we're almost prepared. First, I will inject it though, so that we can get our shopping list items from this shopping list array. So I will create a new private property which holds this shopping list service. Right, so that's the constructor. And now I can change the list items here. They no longer will be a new array. Instead, they will be of type array. And this array will hold list items. So now we're no longer initializing our list items, and we don't have to, because from now on we will get them through our shopping list service. Now a good place to do this is the onInit method or lifecycle hook. So I will implement onInit, and I will need to import it from Angular 2 core. And now make sure to actually implement the ng onInit method here. And inside this method, I'm not returning anything, but what I do is I'll bind my list items, or I'll set my list items equal to this shopping list service get items. And I'm now getting a TypeScript error here, and that is because in my mock file here, what I will actually do is I will remove this generic specification here, and instead I will set this here to a type, of type array list item. So now we no longer got that error, and well, this should work, but we can't test it since currently we can't add or delete items. So let's fix this, and let's go to my shopping list new item. And now here, since I'm already providing my shopping list service here, I won't need to do that here. So I can directly inject it here. I don't have to tell Angular 2 how to create it. So I will do this by, again, binding it to a private property called shopping list service, which, well, is of that. And again, make sure you got this import up here. I'm really stressing this because this can lead to annoying errors. Okay, so now I got this, and when we add an item, well, we no longer need our event emitter here. We no longer need our outputs here. We don't need to import event emitter. We can directly add it here by accessing the shopping list service and inserting an item. And which item? Well, the item we have here in our shopping list component. Now, obviously, we're not doing any validation here, so we can insert empty items, but we could do that before. Let's try this out. And well, this seems to work. Well, no. Now we get this two-way binding here. Now, that is the same reason as I explained in the videos when we were doing this project. We can't insert this item. We have to create a new item using the values of this item. Otherwise, we will keep the reference and we will keep the two-way data binding. So we will, oops, not that, we will use this item name to set the name of our new object here, and this item amount to set the amount. And now if I save this, and if I add milk, and now if I change it, well, it's no longer updating because now we're constantly adding new items instead of just adding a reference of one item all the time to our array, right? So now this is working. The selection is also working because we haven't changed anything here, but deleting, well, doesn't work, obviously. So now back to our list item component where we're doing the deletion. I can also remove my custom event here. I can remove the event emitter. This can go, and now here I will just call, I would call my service, but first I have to inject it in the constructor though. So I will do this by again binding it to a private property, shopping list service, like in the other components. And as in the other components, make sure you got your import. And then here I will call this shopping list service, call the delete item method. And what do I want to delete? Well, here I want to delete the actual item and not a new item. Otherwise, you would not be able to find that new item in the array because, well, it would not exist there. So let me add 2 items, select milk, change it. Well, that works, that works. Let me select salad and delete it. Hey, that works. Though, as you might see, we got this little bug that this is not updating here, and we're now deleted milk, even though it was not actually selected. Now the problem is because we're not resetting our selected item, so it was a little bit too fast. I need to emit my removed event, so to let my shopping list know that it should unselect the item. So I will do this here real quick. Removed equals, well, it's again a new event emitter. Re-imported, sorry for that, but now you see sometimes you forget tiny things, and at least we can now keep some of our custom events. So this will be type list item. So after deleting it, I want to emit this, and I won't pass anything here. So this will be of type any. Because I'm not passing the item, it's already gone, I won't pass anything. So back in my shopping list component, here I'll again add my removed event listener, so to say, and on remove, let me recreate that method here. All I will do is I will set my selected item to null. So let's try this out by adding salad and milk again, and now deleting salad will unselect it, and now we have to reselect it. Cool, so now we're using services to access and manipulate our data, and that is the way we should do it, because now we are able to access our data from any part of our application. And that is, I'd say, a pretty useful thing, and really shows you how powerful services are combined with the power of the dependency injection in Angular 2. So I'm really excited how far we've gotten already. We got all the fundamentals covered by now. Now we're going to have a look at a little bit more advanced stuff like forms, routing, HTTP, and pipes. And yeah, I'm so looking forward to diving into those topics with you, and I'll see you in the next videos. Bye.